myself, meanwhile. My name is Pooja. I am the Customer Success Manager here at ScaleNet, and I'm thrilled to be here with all of you today. So, meanwhile, I would like to tell you, apart from launch, I would like to tell you about our Traffic Max program. This Traffic Max program, which we have recently launched, it's about growing your organic website traffic to 1 million monthly website visits. So this program, it's guided by Jimmy Newson. It will be a series of 12 sessions, specially designed to equip you with the knowledge and tools necessary to, establish your websites as an industry leader. It will also help you to expand your organic traffic and content marketing efforts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, share a link of all the details will be available in the chat box as I'm sharing a link here. You can see here. And I would request you all to have a look at this Traffic Max program.
Lovely, fantastic. And a quick introduction, folks. Super excited to be speaking with you. I'm Mayank, one of the co-founders at ScaleNet. And like I mentioned, I've spoken to quite a few of you earlier. And, excited to speaking to everybody new here, and we'll basically try to look at the entire platform, of course emphasizing more on what has gone live today. It's already live, irrespective of the plan you are on, whether you are on trial, free, or any of the paying plans, you would see the latest changes already. So I'll probably wait for another 30 seconds or so. We have a lot of folks still joining in, and in the meantime, any questions, any quick thoughts, feel free to use the Q&A or use the chat. Either is fine. Yeah. Any questions, Pooja, that are already coming in?
Yes, there is one question. Thought this was a seminar on improved cruise control.
Oh, right. So, okay. So this seminar covers a bunch of things. So one, the all new traffic analyzer. So we'll cover that. Second, there are a lot of changes that we have made in a couple of key modules, Keyword Planner as well as Cruise Mode. We have launched Cruise AI that gives you more control. So we'll talk about those as well. So yeah, definitely Cruise Mode will get covered, as well as other things. Yeah. Lovely. So what I can do is I can get started, and I'll keep taking breaks. Pooja, feel free to let me know the questions that are coming in. And guys, this is an interactive session. Idea is to help you improve your SEO efforts and everything using ScaleNet, or in general, if you have any questions that we can help you with, feel free to ask. Fantastic. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So I'll probably start with Traffic Analyzer. That's the newest module that we have. And the objective, so let me take a step back, right? What does ScaleNet do today for you? So today, ScaleNet helps you plan content in terms of Keyword Planner. It will help you build keyword clusters, and in the process, help you build topical authority. So it does that. It also helps you do topic research. So basically understanding what people are asking on social media and what your competitors are writing about. So understanding the topics, subtopics, everything. It helps you do research and automate that part, automated outlines, and so on and so forth. It helps you create content using AI. So we have Cruise Mode, one of the most loved features, which is a 5-step process that gives you control at every step. But you don't have to do anything except reviewing, and it gives you the first draft. That's third thing that ScaleNet does. And fourth is the optimization for SEO. So it helps you optimize your new content or existing content that is already live. You can also automatically publish content on WordPress if you're on WordPress. So you can sort of schedule and you can automate that process. Now, while we did all of this, one thing which was very important was how your content is doing, right? So you're creating content, you're publishing content, but how's your content doing, right? And that's why we said, okay, it's extremely important that you have that visibility of what's going up, what's going down, and you can take corrective actions upfront, right? Before it's too late. So you can make necessary interventions, and also you don't intervene where things are improving. So that's where Traffic Analyzer comes into play. It basically understands how your domain is doing and starts sharing insights. It also gives you the entire inventory, and from the inventory you can take actions. So step number one is, connecting your Search Console. I'll sort of share my screen, very quickly show you that. All right. Okay, so is my screen visible?
Yes, Mayank, it's visible.
All right, great. Just 1 second. Okay, so as you can see, there are a few changes in the dashboard as well. I'll come to them those later. But on the left-hand side, let me quickly hop on to Traffic Analyzer. So you will see that as like the fifth option: dashboard, article writer optimizer, planner, and Traffic Analyzer. So Traffic Analyzer, what you do is you start with connecting your Google Search Console. Fairly easy. You can watch a quick video if you need to, but very, very straightforward process. You basically connect to, whatever your Google account is. For example, let's say, we are this. I'll go ahead and continue. And it will give all the domains that are linked to that email ID. So for example, there are these, domains. So for example, it could be skinner.com. And I want to track skinner.com. How is it doing in, for example, United States? How's it doing in, let's say, United Kingdom, for example, or Canada, and let's say Australia and India. So I can select up to 5 countries to see how my domain is doing. And all I do is like click next. It will again give me like other subdomains. So I'll connect the main one, which is skinner.com, that has like over 800 pages, and it will start processing the data. So it will take some time. Okay, one of the countries is not available. So it will take some time to process this data. And in order to save time, I have another account that I'll walk you through, right? So this is step number one, where you start processing, where you start connecting, and we'll start processing the data, right? It doesn't take much time. It depends on how big or small your domain is, but it generally doesn't take time. All right. So once you connect your domain, what do you see? Okay. So there are 2 things that you will see. One, insights. Second, the inventory. Insights is a high-level overview of everything that you need to know. So imagine waking up in the morning, opening this up, over a cup of coffee, and seeing, okay, how your traffic is doing, impressions, position, CTR, and most importantly, and this is something that our early beta users, they absolutely loved, what are your top gainers and top losers, both in terms of keywords as well as pages, right? So for example, what are the keywords that have gained, and what are the keywords that have lost some volume? Not just keywords, I can look at pages as well. Okay, these are the pages that have gained some traffic, and these are the pages that have lost some traffic, right? Very powerful, because at the end of the day, whatever content you have published, and if you are losing out on traffic on any of the pages, it's high time to intervene, because you've already invested in content creation. It's best to see if something has changed and quickly refresh. All of us know that content refresh is a painful activity in terms of, okay, our focus is mostly in creating new content, but we have already invested a lot in content creation, and it's extremely important that we refresh what we have already created and drive ROI from that, right? So keeping a tab on these top losers is extremely important, right? So you can look at top losers in terms of traffic, CDR, impressions, rank, whatever you want to look at. So very concise data, both in terms of gainers and losers. You can also look at the top keywords generally that you're ranking for, what's the traffic, impressions, ranking, similarly for the pages, right? So these are your winners, right? So this is what you do, and these are the new pages that have come about, right? So as you publish more content, what are the pages we are always excited, okay? Have so the pages that I published, let's say a month back or a week back, have they started featuring on SERP? So it will give you that information, and the pages that are losing impressions, so you can see that as well. and overall view of where your users are coming from in terms of what kind of device, and in terms of your keywords, what are the positions. So let's say 1 to 3, you have close to 2000 keywords, and so on and so forth, and click through rate. So broadly, this gives a very good overview, and it's something that I like to look at like every morning, just to see that if anything has changed and if I need to sort of intervene. So this is one. And second is the inventory, right? Now, this is where the action starts. Okay. This will give you all the pages. And of course, it would depend upon the plan you are on, but mostly it will give you the pages that are already there. And you can search specific type of pages. So for example, I'm looking at pages that are sort of related to finance. Okay. So it will filter those pages for me, and I'll say, okay, let me just have a look at these pages. What does it give? It gives a keyword count for which this page is ranking, traffic share, this page is bringing for my domain, impressions, what's the current rank, average rank, what's the trend of the rank, the total volume it's bringing, a total volume of all the keywords that this page is ranking for, and the average keyword difficulty of those keywords, right? So it will give you all these data points. And let's say if I have to say, okay, where do I need to intervene? I'll probably look at pages that are degrowing, or where I see the rank trend is sort of negative. So for example, let me see if let's open this one, right? So this particular page, what I did, I clicked on this. It will give me all the keywords that this page is ranking for. It will give me the average rank, the trend, again, similar data, right? Traffic, impression, CTR, so on and so forth, and the keyword difficulty as well. From here, I can choose to optimize my page for a particular keyword. I want to optimize this keyword for, or this page for keyword rocket. I can go ahead and optimize from the platform itself. So what it will do is it will understand the content, it will understand the competition for this keyword page combination, and get you all the data, and it will create an optimizer report. And using our fix it option, you can start fixing some of the issues, go back and publish. So this is what you do with the inventory. And I can remove this filter. You can look at all the pages. So for example, let's say you can sort by whatever options. You can sort by traffic, keyword count. So let's say, okay, so fitness, this is ranking for, let's say, this is showing top 10 keywords. And okay, I'm already ranking on like number 1 for quite a few keywords. So this looks fine. But let's say if I want to change, or let's say initially my target keyword is different, and I want to optimize this page for that keyword, I can definitely do it again using the same option, right? So you can optimize, you can start optimizing your pages as well. This is what the traffic analyzer, does. You can of course, toggle the country. So for example, what's important is when you are sort of looking at your domain, you might be targeting different countries. So look at the data accordingly. So by default, it could be, let's say, US or some other country, or UK, right? So you can filter and you can sort that data, right? So for example, for UK, so it will have different set of pages and different rankings. So I can look at that as well, right? So it will give you those options. I'll take a quick pause. And Pooja, any questions on till now? I'll just start taking those.
We have certain questions on Traffic Analyzer. Our first question is, how many domains can we connect to Google Search Console at the same time? And the same question has been asked by Graham as well. Like, will we have the ability to add multiple domains to Traffic Analyzer?
Right now, you can connect one. You can choose multiple countries, but right now with one account, you can do one. But yeah, we are also evaluating, connecting more domains in the same account. Yeah.
Also, we have another question. What time period is it comparing it to when seeing if performance dropped or increased?
Yeah. So basically, it looks at this data, right? So 30th July to 26th August. So for example, it is looking at this period and it's comparing the period prior to this, right? So that's the data it looks at.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's the questions that we have.
All right. Perfect. Anything? Any other question? Otherwise, I'll sort of move forward.
Yeah, you can move forward.
Okay, perfect. Cool. So this is the traffic analyzer. Highly recommend, guys, like start connecting your Google Search Console and start playing around with it. If you have any feedback, this is the first version. Of course, like we already got like tons of feedback from our beta users. In case you have more feedback, feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to Pooja, you can reach out to me, or our chat option. We care, anything. We are available like pretty much all the time and everywhere. All right. Coming to the dashboard, okay. So dashboard, as earlier, it has three clean options, which is article writer, optimizer, and keyword planner. Along with that, it will also give you the insights, right? So of your domain. So if you have connected your search console, it will keep giving you this as well, right? So this is one change that is on the dashboard, and on the left nav, you would see some changes. Our old users, you would see some changes. Again, it is much cleaner. There are these, 6 options that you see, very clean. Some changes in the copyright as well. I'll briefly talk about that. Okay, let's go to keyword planner. Okay, now in keyword planner, we made. Sorry, yeah, Pooja, you have something?
We have received one or two questions as well on
Sure.
Traffic Analyzer.
Yeah.
There is this one question: can we customize the reporting dates?
Not right now. Not right now.
Yeah, the other question is also the same. Will users be able to adjust the date range of the data in the future?
Yes. Yes. Working on it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So like I said, I mean, thank you for the these questions. Some of the feedback did come in, and we are actively working on those. And good to see the feedback is similar. And in case there are more questions, to reach out to us.
Yeah, we have one more questions. Like, just curious, what happens after clicking the optimize button?
Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's say I'll go to traffic analyzer. What happens is I'll randomly pick one for now. Okay, so let's say I'll take the first one. It's already ranking on number 3, and rank trend seems to be fine, so I would not want to touch it. Keyword difficulty is low, but that's fine. But let's say for the sake of example, I'll sort of optimize, let's say for this. Okay, this is degrowing. I'll go ahead and click optimize. What it does in the background, it activates content optimizer module. What it does then is it will take this URL for this keyword, right? So it will take the URL for graceful as a keyword and start creating an optimizer report. Once the report is ready, we will of course scrape the data for that URL, bring it in the optimizer, and give all the options that you typically see in the optimizer itself. So while the report gets created, you can also I'll show you this example, right? So what it will do is, for that keyword and for that URL, it will pull out the content. So this is the content, and it will get you the SEO score for that keyword page combination, and it will give you the issues. These issues you can start fixing using Fixit, which is automated content optimization. You can of course do some of these things manually as well, but you can start fixing these issues. So that's what happens once you click on optimize, right? So let me see if the report is there. Okay, so maybe it's a demo count. That's why the report did not get created. But once you do that, you will start finding all the reports in Content Optimizer itself. Shall I move forward, Pooja?
Yes, Mac.
Lovely, fantastic. Okay, so moving forward to Keyword Planner, like I was saying, one of the first steps in your content planning, and we got a lot of feedback in terms of the topic clusters or the keyword clusters that we were providing, and we did massive enhancements. And today, some of the users that they've been saying it's one of the best. And the reason is we do SERP-based clustering, which is one of the industry first, right? So if you create clusters, you will see the change in the quality now. So for example, let me go to Keyword Planner. I can go from the dashboard as well, or I can go from the left nav. Let me go here. So let's say I want to create one on morning routine. right? So imagine I'm in a business that sort of talks about health, etc., and I want to cover morning routine as a theme. I want to build my topical authority on morning routine. So it's not that I'll have to write one article. So I'll have to write number of articles covering different subtopics, right? So that Google understands that I have authority in this subject. So I'll go ahead and create a report. Again, it takes like few seconds, around 60 seconds or so for the report to get created. Okay, it's almost there. Okay. Okay. So if you see what we do, there are a lot of clusters that get created. What our AI does and algorithms do, they sort of analyze all the keywords, clusters, and extract the highest impact ones. So if you see, there are 43 clusters from high impact keywords that we have extracted, and almost all of them, I'll not say like you might not find anomalies here, but almost all of them would be relevant, right? So morning routine schedule, early morning, my morning routine, summer morning, fall morning, all of that, right? So it gives you like all of these ideas, and we also get these questions. Okay, out of these 43 clusters, how many clusters I should target? You should ideally try to write on all of these clusters. Of course, feel free to take a call in terms of where you see you have already written, or you say, okay, this is not something that you would want to write, but you can pretty much cover all these 43 clusters. And thanks to AI today, it's not very difficult, right? So from here itself, I can go ahead and create an article, which is my third step. But before that, would also like to show you the keywords. So you also get a keyword view, right? And you get the clusters view. You can export this data. Yeah, so you can do all of this. Another important change. So for each of these clusters, so once you click here, you will also find the keyword difficulty along with relevant CPC search volume. So we have added that information as well, so that you can, take that call, right? Of course, wherever that data is available. I'll go ahead and create an article from here itself. Let's say morning routine. You can sort of remove any of the keywords that you don't want to cover. So for example, morning routine. Okay, so people search for this as well. So I'll exclude this for now. It won't make much of a difference. And yeah, so morning routine, I'll remove this as well. Low search volumes, all good. So I'll go ahead and create an SEO article. Okay. What it does is it will look at all these keywords, primary and secondary. So primary keyword is morning routine, and secondary keywords, the ones that we sort of selected here. It will take these keywords into account, look at the web for all of these keywords, select the best articles that we should be looking at when we are doing our topical search, and also creating automated outline, and also creating an article. Okay, so the report has got created. From here itself, I can go ahead and create an article. So I'll open SEO article. Okay, so it will open the cruise mode, and this obviously, one of the most exciting features that we have. 5-step process, like you see, you give context, title, outline, writing points, first draft. Okay, so I'll start and start with giving a little bit of context. So a blog about best morning routine. So you can skip this as well, right? Like, so it's not necessary. You can select a tone of voice. So for now, I'll skip this as well. Otherwise, you can always go ahead and add a tone of voice. There are multiple ways to do it. You can enter your tone manually. So for example, let's say professional. Okay, so I'll add this tone for now. You can also let Scale.Net identify the tone by giving, let's say, you can just give the name. So let's say tone 1. You can give the URL from which you want us to pick the data from, or you can paste the text as well. So you can do all of that. For now, professional tone is what I have given. And it will come in the drop down. So professional tone. I'll go ahead and create the title. It will, it will give me the title. I can review it. I can review the AI generated titles or top ranking articles, their titles, right? So if you see, you have 5 best morning routine ideas for productive people. It's by Trello, 26. Okay, so let's say I can look at one of these. So yeah, okay. So let's take this. You can, feel free to choose, change. Like I said, it gives you control at every step. Now, what we do here is very, very interesting. We do a bunch of things here, right? We look at like NLP key terms. We look at the top ranking articles. We look at what we should be writing about. So it takes some time and it gives you an automated content outline, right? By looking at like all of these things. It takes like, again, a few seconds before we do it. Let's hold it. In the meantime, Pooja, any quick questions? We'll be happy to take that up.
Yes, we do have a questions on keyword planner. Is
Okay.
each cluster here essentially an article recommendation?
Sorry, come again?
Yes, is each cluster which is
Yeah.
being shown or which is being created by keyword planner, it's essentially an article recommendation?
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah.
Also, how does the context info affect the rest of the process?
Okay. So imagine giving some information or ideas to AI. That's what the context is. Like you can, like I said, you can skip it, or if you give context, AI will understand this a little bit more. And so I'm not
And there's
sure if
one more
there's a problem.
question. Like, should we be writing a blog post on each of these clusters?
Yeah. Ideally, yes. Definitely. That's what I would suggest. Because see, what happens is, let's say if I have to build topical authority on morning routine, writing just one article is not going to make a cut. In today's competitive world, there's so much content out there, and search engines need to understand which is the best domain or authority, website that understands this topic in general, right? So anything that users are searching for related to morning routine, it gives a very good signal to Google or search engines that, okay, let me look at this website. Let me see if that's I'll start again. There might be some problem. Okay, so I'll start again from a different account. So about routine. Here, there's a different account. So, here we had added skill and brand, authoritative, professional. So let's say professional. I'll go ahead and create the title. Okay, so I'll move forward. Pooja, feel free to, keep throwing questions because there might be some issue. I'll just ask the team to have a quick look.
Yes. So we have one more question, that is, when we create AI content via blog or for our website, do we have to rephrase the content so Google doesn't flag us for providing AI content? I read an article about it. This is a question asked by Mr. Dawson.
Okay. So, okay, sorry. The question is that if we are sort of creating content and looking at the competition,
do we
should
need
we
the content so basically Google doesn't flag it?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. See, Google doesn't really care, right? Like if the content is written by AI or whatever, right? Like, so I mean, they themselves are heavy on AI now, so that's not an issue, right? So AI is not an issue. Now, if I understand the question correctly, that's one part. Second part, let's say if you are covering a topic and your competitors extensively covered that topic and you want to rank, you need to focus on quality, right? Just taking their content, rephrasing it, putting it out there, not required. No. So you add value, right? So all the AI tools, they will give you very, very, like especially Skillnet that is more focused on SEO, it will give you a very good first draft, right? Very well researched. Factually also it's correct, but it's very important to add context, review it, edit it, right? So that's how you will be able to rank and beat competition. I think the issue is all right. I'll go back. Okay. So this is the morning routine outline that Cruise Mode has created, right? So it has done pretty much everything. You will see these highlighted terms. These are the key terms. These are the NLP terms that are there. And NLP terms, like some of you might know, they're extremely important as far as comprehensiveness of piece is concerned, right? I'll not go into detail of NLP, but this is the automated outline. And on the right hand side, you will see the competition, all the competitors out there and their outlines, H2s and H3s. You can, of course, pick any of these. So for example, I want to add something, I can just click and let's say drink a full glass of water. So it will just add it here, right? So I'll just go ahead and delete for now. You can also download this. For example, if you're not using AI, or you want to share it with your writers, feel free to download this, share it as PDF or doc, right? So you can do that. You can regenerate the outline. You can do all of those things. I'll go ahead and create the content. So the next step is it creates writing points, and this step you don't have to really sort of intervene too much, but a lot of our users, they really love this, right? Because it gives them control on what AI will cover for every topic, right? For every H2 or H3, what AI will write about. So you can alter this, you can delete, add these writing points, and you can generate more. You can generate all kinds, you can generate AI suggestions, you can generate some factual information, you can do all of that and insert that information in these writing points. So you can do that, and it will give you the source as well, right? So for example, right, so insider.com and so on and so on. So basically it will give factual information. You can also explore search statistics by clicking here. So all this information, comes here along with the source. Right, this is not the topic that will be heavy on statistics, so we can skip that. And then finally, the next step, which is the first draft. Again, what we do is based on the writing points that you have sort of reviewed, we try to create the first draft that's comprehensive, that is optimized for search engines, so that the final SEO score that you get is as high as possible. Of course, one cannot have 100 as SEO score, because there's a lot that goes on. There are over multiple factors, over 200 factors that are there, right? So you can't optimize for everything using AI, but we get you the first draft. Okay, at this screen you can do a lot of things. So of course, once you reviewed, for each of these sections you can start playing with these. So for example, I click on the top the right option, so you can regenerate, rephrase this, can expand, shorten, simplify, add bullet points, and Cruise AI, right? So this is the new thing that we have sort of launched. So Cruise AI, what it does is, for example, I am on this particular H2, so I'll just skip this side. So for example, I am here on the introduction paragraph. I want to sort of expand, but let's say I want to give custom command, right? So expand a little bit more, right? So now what you can give all sorts of commands using Cruise AI. Again, the idea is that gives you more control at every step, right? So we already have these pre-populated options, but you can use Cruise AI to give custom commands, right? So once you have used, you can sort of replace the original text and review rest of the sort of headings, H2s and H3s as well, right? So this is the content. So we have got good 6,000 words article already, and we can now move it to editor, right? In the editor, it will give you the SEO score. Like you saw, right? I really did not do much, and by default, I got score as 75. There's still some work to do. The top competitor or one of the competitors already has 82, so there is some work that I need to do here, for example, fixing the H1 heading. So I can go ahead and use fix it for it. So what AI does, it understands the issue and it will fix that. So I'll go ahead and replace. So yeah, okay, it has done that. So this is good. Okay, it has not made much of a difference. Similarly, there are a bunch of issues in other headings. I will go back, I'll start editing and start making necessary changes. Another very important thing, you also get a readability score, right? So it's college grade difficult to read, right? So a lot of users again wanted how easy or difficult my content is to read, right? So we introduced readability score as well, so that on the go you can see what's the readability level of the content, right? So now, one last thing that I would like to show you here. So for example, I can select this and it has Cruise AI in the editor as well. Once I click, let's say if I say, sort of shorten, it will give me, the shortened text. I can edit the instruction, shorten, or let's say convert to points. This is a demo count, guys, so just in case you see certain errors, please pardon us. Right, so it has converted this text into bullet points, again, giving you more control. So it has changed this, right? So idea of Cruise AI is, like I said, it enables you to add value to the content, because every brand is different, every person is different, and we all are attached to the content that we are creating. So another step in empowering you. So that's the Cruise AI piece, right? I'll just quickly revise what we talked about. So we talked about Traffic Analyzer right here. Start connecting a domain and enjoy the inventory and the insights. I talked about Keyword Planner, how keyword clusters have improved significantly, and you now get keyword difficulty data as well. All these clusters largely are relevant. Feel free to content for all of them to build topical authority on morning routine. So we covered this. Within this, you can, from this itself, you can create articles. So we created an article. We went to article writer. We talked about changes. So let's say morning routine was the article. So we talked about the changes in terms of readability score, in terms of Cruise AI, and yeah. So these are like some of the important changes that sort of went through. Feel free to let us know in case there are any questions. I'll also very briefly talk about marketing copywriter before taking a pause and sort of taking up questions. Right. So marketing copywriter. So very basic changes to make it more user friendly. Earlier, you got the templates and the documents on the left nav itself. Now you get it here inside the marketing copywriter. So you have all the templates. So there are like 40 plus different templates that you can use. This is for copywriting specifically, and all the documents that you create in the copywriter, they will be here, right? So inside each of these templates, there is absolutely no change. So I'll skip that. Again, you give input on the right, get the output, use the editor to make changes, right? So that's the marketing copywriter. I'll take a pause. I know I've been speaking for some time, so I'll take a pause and would love to take up questions, Pooja.
Yes. So we have few questions. Our first question is, can we change the readability score? P change. Can we?
No, not using the system, not using AI right now.
Okay.
What you can do is, for example, what we have seen, most of the people want to make it easier for people, unless you are writing very technical content for developers or things like those. You can use Cruise AI to sort of simplify the text. So for example, I select a portion of text, I say, okay, simplify, or I can give specific instruction. I can quickly show that to you as well. Just 1 second. So let's say I was here morning routine. I'll go here. Okay. So for example, I want to sort of simplify this. Or let me go down, right? So just I want to simplify this, right? Cruise AI. For example, I'll select one of the pre-populated options, simplifying. Okay. So I'll accept, right? So it has simplified this. I keep on simplifying other pieces as well to keep improving the readability, or improving. When I say improving, I mean making it easier, right? So you can use this to change the readability levels.
All right. So we have another question. Any plans to integrate free stock images to match the content, or have a AI to generate, mid-journey prompts to generate our own images?
It's happening as we speak. So might not be very late before you hear good news.
Okay. Cruise AI does fact checking when creating the draft.
So what we do is, so it's a mix, right? Like, so you look at creative aspects of writing, you look at the factual information as well. So all the outlines that we create, they are based on what's ranking, right? And hence we know whatever content comes out, it's not off, right? So it's based on what's ranking today. Now within content, we give you control if you want to add facts, right? So you can add facts in the content at the writing point stage, and then it will create content, right? So that's what it does. So it does not necessarily do the fact check it itself, but largely what you've seen, it's reasonably factual.
We have another question. Where does the cluster data came from? SERP or data aggregators like SEMrush, etc.?
So we use, like I said, so SERP, we use a lot of data aggregators as well for different information. So it's a combination of multiple sources, honestly. The kind of processing that goes, one source is not good enough.
All right. We have another question. What's a good score? 80 or above or 100?
No, look at the competition, right? And you will see, like, for example, this piece, okay? So the top score was 82. So there is no reason to go to like 100, right? All I need to do is like just ensure I'm above 82, or let's say at around 85. So don't worry too much. If you're not hitting 100, you don't have to, right? So just keep an eye on this. This is important.
Okay, we have one more question. Is Cruise AI available in AI Docs Marketing Copywriter?
Not right now. But good suggestion. We'll sort of work on that as well.
Okay, there is one question, like when it's extracting for the original SEO article, is it doing so just from the clusters we selected?
Yeah, so if you're going from clusters, it will consider those set of keywords for, referencing. So what we do is, so for example, let's say if you have selected 5 keywords in that cluster, there were 5 keywords. We'll look at the articles that are ranking for all 5 of them, right? And get the best out of that lot, and then create the outline, give you those top 10, give you NLP terms and all of that based on that research. Yeah. So we look at every keyword of the cluster.
There is one more question on Cruise AI. When using Cruise AI instructions, does it only consider the highlighted text or the entire article when rewriting?
Highlighted text. So when you basically select a portion of text, the command is for that portion.
Yeah, we can move ahead, Mac.
Yeah. All right. Now, so in terms of the launches and the upgrades, I think these were the ones that we had. So yeah, I mean, we can sort of, we have some more time. We can take more questions if there are. I see there is one from Paula. I think it's on the chat. I think Paula is asking, is there a plan to add internal linking? Yes, again. So guys, so idea is that ScaleNut already, we are sort of trying to cover almost like a lot of things related to SEO, but there's lots to do, and our teams are working extremely hard to bring a lot of these things, and we understand the criticality of things like, for example, interlinking or images, and all of that you will see very, very soon. Plus few other things that we are working on that I can't talk about right now, but in next let's say month or 2, you will see like a lot of news as well, more action, right? So we are not stopping, guys. Like it's like too much happening.
Okay, we have one more question on readability. Is there ballpark figure that we should target for readability?
No. So again, it depends, right, on your audience, your type of content. For example, if you are writing content related to travel or even medical for that matter, just write easy to read content. It's extremely important, right? Because for example, if I'm searching for something, let's say homemade home remedies for cold and cough, right? I want to read content that's easy, right? It should not make me sort of suffer more, right? Like, so typically you're free to take that call, but mostly make it easy to read. What have you seen?
All right. Again, there is one more question. Like, any plans to integrate relevant YouTube embeds to match the content generated? It's a great suggestion.
Not right now, not right now. But again, good suggestion. You know, we'll sort of like note it down and take it forward. Yeah.
Okay, there is this one question. What is the time frame for implementing whole site optimization feature?
Who is that? Who is that person? How do people know what you're working on? No, but honestly, very very excited about that feature. So the plan is yes. When? Again, soon. Definitely within this calendar year for sure.
All right. So we have covered mostly questions.
Okay, so Monica, yes. Monica says, okay, guys, this traffic analyzer does what I normally have to do manually. Love it. Good job, Skeleton. Thank you very much. And that's the idea, right? Like, so you should not have to spend a lot of time in doing things manually. It just doesn't make sense. Invest your time in identifying okay, what are the pieces that you should optimize, identifying, what are the pieces you should write, and also editing or adding value to those pieces that you have created. I'll also see. Okay, so Robert is saying that Robert has shared a few questions. If you can look at those questions as well. Okay. Okay, Neera is asking, will there ever be templates for cruise for the course outline? So I think, so is it like templates for the cruise mode? Like what kind of article? Yes, if that's the question, yes, definitely. But today also, the outlines that you get, they're pretty much based on the search intent. So for example, if the search intent is listicle, you'll mostly get that kind of outline. Similarly, for other search intent also, the outline will be based on that.
All right. So for Robert, you were asking, for a small publisher new to ScaleNut, what features, usage scenarios would you recommend focusing on first?
Okay, so if you are just getting started, I would say identify the themes. For example, it's morning routine is a theme, okay, or the niche that you're covering, and start writing on some of those clusters. Start publishing content to get started. I think that's step number one, because traffic analyzer and content optimizer will come at a stage where when you have some of the pieces that are already on SERP and you're looking at optimization.
Okay, all right. Okay, there is this one question. Is it possible to make Cruise AI to write a well-formatted articles like bullet points, tables, etc.?
Yes, bullet points definitely, right? Like, so in the example that I showed, you could select a text and convert that into bullet points. Okay, so Cruise AI is part of Cruise Mode, right? Cruise AI is like, your friend or assistant that will help you edit the article, right? Edit the section, so you can do all of that. You can't give a command that, okay, just format the entire article for me. So don't do that. I mean, it might not be that smart.
Okay, all right.
I see a question from Raymond. Raymond, you're asking, are there any plans for Skinner to help us index articles? Yes, we are exploring that as well, definitely.
Paula has asked, am I able to add tables and FAQs?
FAQs you can add, yes, definitely. So FAQs largely, so we add FAQs as part of outline as well, but you can too add FAQs. Let me just go back to cruise mode. I'll show you. So when you go to the outline, I'll go to the outline stage. I'll go to questions. So you see the questions tab here. So click on questions. It will show you all the questions that people are asking on Google. It will show you the questions that your competitors have covered. It will show you questions from Quora and Reddit and a lot of AI questions. And of course, you can add your own questions. So you can add those questions here. Now on the left hand side, so you can look at AI suggestions as well, which would pretty much be these. right? So some benefits, how can established, all of this. So you can add questions. Definitely, you can add questions. Yeah, and the tables not right now. So tables is something that you can't do right now. We are actively working on that piece.
There is one question on Traffic Analyzer. Can we change the domain once selected?
Yes, you can. So what you can do is, let me quickly show that as well. Now, show you on another. Right, so I'll go here, right? So go to your account, my account, and you will see domains here. In the domains, you can disconnect, right? So once you disconnect, then you can, of course, connect more domains, right? So you can do that.
Okay.
And you can make changes, yeah. Sorry, Pooja.
Yes. So we have one more question. How does ScaleNut know what my competitors are? What is the content that I have already published from that content cluster? What is content that I have published from that content cluster? So what all my competitors are? How does ScaleNut know about that?
So we look at the keywords, right? So for that cluster, in that cluster, there are these keywords. For those keywords, there are different competitors that are ranking. So we research on those competitors. So that's how we know. So that's publicly available, right, on the search.
We have one more question. Can I automatically post to my WordPress website?
Yes, you can. You can. So I'll again go back. So again, within so what you can do is you can go to this thing. Just let's say I'll go to my article writer. Right, so let's say, so there are apps as well, right? So there are these different apps. So there is an app called WordPress Publisher. Once you sort of click, so you can connect your WordPress account, you can see a quick video on how to do it. Now there is a setup guide available. Yeah, so you can do that. Definitely, highly recommended. So definitely saves a lot of time.
Okay, along with that, there is one more question. Can you schedule the post for WordPress?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, I think we have almost covered many of the questions here.
Yeah. Any other question, folks, like that we might have skipped. There are a lot of questions that we have got.
I can see. One of the suggestions basically to increase the score is to bold all keywords. Can that be done via fix-it button?
No, not right now. Yeah, not right now. I think there's a question from Trevor. Probably skip that. Okay, so let me just start taking some of the questions. So Raymond, so apps are optimization for Shopify users. So we are working on more integrations for sure. Couple of integrations like Shopify, Webflow, they are definitely on the card. So we'll definitely come back with the timelines. Not in the immediate pipeline, but yeah, good question there, Raymond. Okay, so in terms of language, I think somebody's asking if we support languages. Not right now. So mostly it is for English. And with respect to the kind of AI and the kind of data that we take, again, multiple AI models. So we do that. We also do real-time information using SERP statistics. So somebody asked that.
There is one question on Traffic Max program. Is this training managed by your group or is it a third party?
Yeah, so it's managed by one of our partners, Jimmy, and it is a joint program, and you will also learn a lot about ScaleNut and also about different strategies. So yeah, we are not directly managing it, but we are partners there.
Yeah, can you post articles in bulk to WordPress?
Not right now.
There's one more on WordPress. Can you publish optimized post back to WordPress?
Yes. I'll check that, but yes, you can. Okay, so let me see if there is.
Yeah, there is one more. Does your tool give a score for the headline title tag?
Score? No. So we basically look at, for example, whether the primary keyword is there or not, and that's the guideline, right? So that's what we look at, whether the character limits they are adhered to. So those are the things that we look at. If they are not, then obviously it will be available as one of the optimization recommendation on the right hand side, right? So you will see that if there are any gaps.
Yeah.
All right. So I think I'm sure, like, we still might not have covered all the questions, folks. So what I'll do is, Pooja, maybe you can just share all the email IDs, BCare, yours and mine, right? Feel free to reach out to us on emails. We are also available on chat. Please reach out to us if you want, one-on-one demos, or if you are already a user, you want some guidance, feel free to book calls, right? So we are always available for one-on-one, or we have a webinar. We keep doing webinars as well. So please reach out to us. We are just a message away. I think somebody asked that if there is a discount for Scale.Nut users for Traffic Max program. Yes, there is. The discount 20% will be automatically applied. If there are any questions with respect to that program, what I'll do is I'll also share email ID of Jimmy, right? So just give me a moment. Feel free to reach out to him, right? So he's helping a lot of small businesses. So this is the email ID, right? So feel free to reach out to him in case you have any questions. Yeah. All right, perfect. Pooja, any other questions? Last one we can pick.
Okay, let me just quickly see. We have. Can we find keywords with an SEO tool like Ahref and clusters them with Scale.Nut?
You can't manually upload the set of keywords and Scale.Nut does clustering for you. Right now that doesn't happen. Yeah, but we have also evaluated this. It's not that we have not evaluated. What we have seen is that it might not be sort of relevant with the new keyword planner that we have.
All right. Thank you everyone for being a part of today's webinar. We are truly grateful for your active participation and insightful questions.
Thank you once again, everyone. Really appreciate your time. Thank you for staying back. Super excited for next few months as well. Super excited for what we have launched, and we promise you that we'll keep bringing some of the industry first features. And like I said, we are just a message away. We'll try to be as quick as possible. Whether you are our user, you are new to us or anything, just reach out to us. Happy to help anytime. Take care. Bye-bye.